Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm here with a Cup of Nations battle. First one of hopefully more that I'll do for our English language listeners. And this time we have AC Morr against EM Grozny Borz. We have Numidia against Epirus, so let's get into it and see this battle. Obviously, Numidia going to be pretty happy with the Elite HA, going to be really hard to stop them. But Epirus should have Superior Cav, and Infantry is going to be an interesting matchup because obviously Epirus has Sam Knights and only 3 of them, and cheap Italian swords, while Numidia can bring these legions, but the problem for Numidia is that their infantry, or their like spear infantry is pretty shit. Like you can see Numidian spearmen here and Desert Vigiles, all awful. But Epirus on the other hand has better infantry. They have multi hoplites, which are good. They can bring hoplites through spears, pikes, that kind of thing. So that is one thing. We also see, well, I guess we can just go through the armies. Morr has 3 armored Numidian cav. These guys are like bread and butter for any Numidian army. They're insane. Pretty much no unit can actually touch them. They have insane speed for a medium or heavy cav unit. They have like Numidian speed, so that's excellent for them. They can kill people with javelins, they kill people in melee, they kill people in general, pretty much. He has 4 Numidian peltists here, or heavy Numidian skirmishers. These guys are excellent peltists, 41 damage, really good melee stats, good stamina, that kind of thing, so they'll always be pretty much fresh in the late game, and with, you know, they'll be pretty much full HP most of the times they can kill infantry in the late game, and their 7 javelins at 41 damage are deadly. Moving on, we have only, looks like 3 or 2 armored desert cav. Yeah, only 2 armored desert cav. In Numidia, again, if you have all these peltists and jav cav, you're not going to need a lot of these cav, and they suck anyway, so not really much point bringing them. They brought 2, obviously you want somebody like cav to block charges, so pretty logical. Desert cohort, Legion cohort, this is a Legion cohort here, so 3 desert cohort. These guys are 980. I think they have the stats of like that Legions or something like that, but they cost 200 more. But sure, I mean, you're not Rome, so you'll take what you can get, right? Here you can see these Numidian cav are skirmishing with the Tarantines, doing good damage, but they are losing some men in return. You want these guys to be pretty much full HP in the late game, so probably should be just juking instead of fighting these Tarantines. And up front, we've had 4 Numidian spears, and back here, Desert Vigiles. These guys will hold forever in square. So will these guys with their armor's a bit shit, but they'll hold forever in square, which is a nice attribute, especially when you're in square and units wrap around the flanks, and you can focus them with your same peltist, they'll kill everything pretty much. That's a good technique. And alright, for Grozny Borz, we're already coming up on the main engagement here. So he has 4 militia hoplite front line, 3 Sam Knights, 2 Italian swords, all standard stuff. 2 Aspis companion cav, really nice to use these guys, but they've got to be used properly. Numidia, probably not the best target for these guys because they just have not good infantry. Like, you're not worried about infantry that much. And there's so many javelins on the field. Here we'll get a nice charge with them though. Hitting a lot of stuff and the pelts as well. Only taking 1 javelin volley, so that's a good charge. Allowing the Sam Knights to get through the cabs here, and pressuring in. So you had 3 Sam Knights, you had 2 Aspis cav, you had the General, which is a Hellenic Royal cav, obviously good shock cav, those guys want the Sling, 3 Sam Knights, or 3 Terratines, sorry, and 4 regular Slingers here. So pretty standard army for Epirus. I would like to see a bit better infantry, and not the Aspis cav, probably. Like, Numidia is not going to bring mid cav anyway, and he has all this stuff that kills cav, so you should really just be bringing maybe the Thessalians, although the Thessalians are also going to die. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Numidian skirmishers killing these Aspis cav, you can see how fast they die, just a couple of seconds of volleys, and like 3 volleys, and already 9 and 12 kills there on these guys, on Aspis cav, so that's really good kills. Over here though, the armored Numidian cav did get charged, or maybe they charged and then no, it looks like the gen charged them based on the kills. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But they're in a big fight here. And now these peltists are coming to support. These peltists can shoot this Aspis cav. This Aspis cav can definitely break through this gap with the charge here. Just to prevent these guys from firing in saber gen. This Tarantine is firing into the mix though, and these Numidians are losing. But these peltists will even that fight up real quick. Aspis cav trying to break through here, and over here these Numidian cavs are being shot up pretty badly by these Tarantines. Again, you want them alive in the late game. They kill off a Tarantine with their javelin, or Sicilian with their javelins, so that's nice. Now this aspect cav is pretty low, but it'll still chop up an armored desert cav if it gets in the middle here. It's gonna get a nice charge here. Yeah, it's gonna get a nice charge into this unit. That's a good trade, and especially with these javelins coming in, it's gonna do a lot of damage and kill off those expensive units. But again, your aspect cav really wants to be fighting infantry. I mean, against armored minion cav, it's fine since they don't have spears. But yeah, slingers are targeting some cav. That's a good option. But these peltists are still like pretty much undeterred here. They're gonna walk up and just waste this Hellenic Royal cav. Didn't get a lot of kills and just dies off here. This Aspis cav is also dying, and we can see kind of chaos in the center here with these squares and the militia hoplites just in phalanx. Yeah, all sorts of weird stuff going on here. Aspis cav killed off the desert cohort, which already killed the Italian sword that was here. This militia hoplite needs to get in the fight here and allow this Aspis cav to retreat. You can see the peltists are just doing so much damage here. Just any cav that's in sight just gets completely destroyed. And now these peltists are out of ammo, but sure, now they're active, full strength. Well, no, two-thirds strength, but they're still good to kill off some cav here. Nice charge by these Tarentines using their weight to run over a lot of units here. But the main fight now in the center, I think the general just died. Yeah, these peltists did a good job with these cav, killing off the gen, and now these slingers are getting caught at the perfect time. Only 10 men in this Dominion cav, but attacking them in the rear, these guys are just a break. And Emirates is running out of cav desperately. So I think the key to the battle was really the Aspis cav dying so early to peltist, and then the gen dying on the flank here. And this chaos is not yet resolved in the middle, but it doesn't really matter because on the flanks where these desert cohorts are fighting Italian swords, you know, they're just gonna die. And like in the middle, yeah, Grozny Borz was probably winning, but in the end, the Numidian infantry are gonna lose, but everything else is still on the field and they can just come in and support. So yeah, peltists you can see also here. These guys are very tired. They just go for loads. But fighting off these little hoplits, and these guys can just help out in the end. You can see all the peltists getting decent kills. Maybe not that high, but they're all against calves, so these kills are like super valuable. And over here, these last remaining calves are just chasing down the slingers. General's dead, so they're just easy routes. The Stamnites, you know, fighting in the middle against legions, they probably will do well ultimately, but the problem was it just takes so long to kill anything. And the legions are just, you know, a grindy kind of unit as well, so the center battle was never gonna end quickly. But on the flanks, the Numidian cav and the peltists were really wreaking havoc, especially because the Aspis cav were low pretty early on in the battle. Because of their initial charge, which is a good idea to win the infantry fight, but with so many peltists there, you don't want to take that damage early on the battle because then you're just low HP for the rest of the battle. And yeah, they kind of suffered for that. And the general dying out here on the flanks again exposed. The Tarentines can only just throw javelins; they can't really melee like these Numidian cav could. And so, you know, basically on the flanks you had about like 3 extra cav that could do melee stuff, while the Tarentines had to like sit and watch and be like, well, shit, I gotta just stand here and throw a javelin. These guys are killing my general and I can't really do anything about it, and these peltists are just providing excellent anti-cav support. So yeah, this is a good example of how like Numidia combined arms can be really effective. He had 3 good infantry. The desert cohort are like I said, they're legionnaires, so he had 3 good infantry, 2 desert legionnaires, which are like decent infantry, but then he had only a few cav, melee cav, 2 melee cav, but he had 3 elite cav, and the 4 peltists, so like cav is not really a threat. And you can see that he ended up taking out a much superior cav force, right? 2 aspects, 1 general, or Sicilian, 1 Sicilian, 1 Hellenic Royal cav, and 2 aspects cav. And 3 Tarentines. Just is like what on paper seems like a weaker melee cav force, but it's Numidian cav and peltists, so obviously going to be really strong against cav. Morr wins that game. It's a pretty chaotic game. Action pretty much everywhere. But you can see how poorly these cav did. So yeah. Sicilians 8 kills, Hellenic Royal cav 37 kills, Aspis cav 140 kills between them. Whereas you can see these Numidians, 1 cav did kind of shit. It got kind of shot up by the Tarentines. You can see the Tarentines on these 2 were on the right flank of Grozny, and they did pretty well. This Tarentine not so much, but yeah, they in the end these Numidian cav basically got more kills than the Aspis cav. So you know they got 400 less their Jav cav, but they still do so well. Yep, and then Peltist obviously killed a lot of shit. He focused the general with his slingers. Kind of lucky for Morr that the gen didn't die, but yeah, the slingers weren't able to affect the battle that much. Everything is super armored except for these Numidian spears who just kind of sat there and died and supported cav fights and stuff. But you can see these desert cohorts really did well. Legions not so much, but whatever. When you're getting 500, 600 kills from your 3 uh, cohorts. That's more than enough, obviously. Sandwich did well, but again, the grind fight in the middle just wasn't over by the time that the flanks were won by Numidia. Much Hoplites did fine. Italian swords kind of got murked by these Desert Cohort on the flanks, and yeah, the Cav just didn't do enough. Anyway, that's the first game. I have some more replays that I want to show, so I'll try to get those out soon. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.